Greetings everyone, please come on to make sure everything's set on up. I don't know why, I've been having troubles with my apps. Did they change it so now you have to click on it directly? Huh. I may need to worry about that a little bit later. It looks like everything's started to boot on up. Looks like everything's started to boot on up. Activate live chat windows. And looks like everything is good to go there. I'm gonna check a moment check my other computer. And looks like everything is good to go. So let's go to get started. Greetings everyone, and Great here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top left side is the blue Macedonians, got L, Louis, MT. Spawn on bottom right side is the green English. We have a foreign name who's immediately going for a boar. I suppose on this map it is deceptively a little bit small. This boar is the only boar on the map in the center of the map. There's also a lot of water, but no fishies, so maybe some naval play, hard to say. The Varangian war camping is up right there. It sounds like Blue's finding a good number of sheeple there. But this map is deceptively small, and something else about 2 gold deposits relatively close by here, so this would be a great spot to hold down. Blue has his gold deposit nice and safe back here. Same thing with Green, but both of those are vulnerable to an arrow ship. Blue has a gold deposit here, Green has a gold deposit there, relatively close by. Actually, both of them pretty close by the town center, so they don't have to go too far of their base to get resources, but the map is quite small. Imperial Hippodrome now being established, which of course gives some unique champion units to the Macedonian dynasty. Get first a champion scout, then horseman, then Rodari, which of course can give you an Age 3 Rodari. Council Hall. Oh, Council Hall, not the Abbey of Kings being established right there. That's a little bit different. I suppose the ×2 barracks are always quite nice, and perhaps against Macedonians, which don't have what Age 2. No, it does have Age 2 heavies, right? Yeah, Avernian Guard. I suppose people don't really go for them all too often. Still, Longbow's still pretty nice, even against the heavy armor units. The +1 damage does make them go a long way. Bringing an arsenal now being established here. We do have, of course, Imperial Hippodrome going for the regular horsemen here. First champion, the champion scout will be on the field relatively soon. Horseman now pushes his way forward. Villagers have obtained half the Pumbaa there. Horseman's going to cause some issues. Of course, he does not have the exfoliators from the regular Byzantines. Get plus 2 damage versus villagers. Your champion has arrived. The champion scout. What does the champion scout do again? Just AoE torch stuff. Does have 5 damage for attack, so it's similar to a warrior scout, I guess. Most of the time you just still see the Grand Winery from the... Well, it's not Grand Winery. What's the other landmark for Macedonians? I usually see that one more often. I'm trying to blink what it was again. It was Grand Winery. Right? Man, my mind's really melted right now. Either way, Outpost has not been set ablaze just yet. Scouts falling back. Champion Scout remains. It is light melee cavalry. It doesn't say it has a scout tag. In theory, then, it does not take bonus damage from scouts? Because I don't see the word scout here. Another horseman push right forward. A long bow falling back. Maybe could have gone for some palings. He sees the champion scout. Some palings there probably would have been not a bad idea. One of the longbowmen does go down. Next champion in 30 seconds. Which of course given the champion horseman. Imperial has health regen. Horseman push right forward. The outpost maybe set ablaze once again. We do have barracks here, going for some hardened spearmans. They'll just take horse taking some damage there. May still want to go for textiles, even doesn't have access explorators. Champion horseman has now arrived. Has a stagnant 1.88 speed. Increased damage nearby cavalry by 2. So now, speaking of explorators, that's even better. It has 13 damage. It has... Yep, 13 damage, plus 13 versus range, and plus 13 versus siege, in comparison to Horseman's, which just does 11 plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. But right now, of course, it's in total plus 9 plus 9 plus 9. Taking out some of these delicious pieces of venison now. We do now have the professional survival techniques now being researched by Blue. How much food does Pumbaa have left inside of him? Having trouble clicking on it. I click the dead Saxual tree. How kinky. We do actually have a dock here going for a aeroship. Aeroship provides good shore bombardment and we'll be able to raid that one gold deposit. Saves the villagers. No trading posts on this map, but you can trade with yourself. No shores over here to build another seaport too. Scout takes some damage there. Scout will likely go down. Scout does not go down. Champion Scout in the mix of everything. See here, I suppose Scout also says light melee cavalry, so I'm assuming he does get affected by Scout damage. Got some of these Macedonian archers. I still don't know how to pronounce that. I'm just gonna call them archers. They're basically archers with some extra aspects. Such ability to have arm-piercing rounds, but just move slower. Nice to have. Overall, they're basically the same as other archers. They do have cost 90 rather than 80, so they are more expensive. Longbow in comparison just get plus 2 range and plus 1 damage. They effectively, well, they don't have the same effect here, but for the most part, longbow are still just generally better in my opinion. Of course, they can always throw down some rune stones. 4 exotic doggos. Got a whole pack there. The 5th one there. There's actually a lot of wolves on this side of the map, isn't there? Wait. Are these the berry bushes on this map? Are there actually unique berry bushes? I did not realize that. They actually made so that this map has a unique version of the berry bush. I did not realize that. When was that added? Don't remember casting this map style all too often. It doesn't really pop up all too often. Longbow, of course, have excellent range, but able to protect the gate from a bit of distance. Airship versus airship, galley versus galley. Looks like all the same. For the Macedonians, have, let's see, of course, the Dromon, which is a makeshift flamethrower. And for Macedonians, get a unique upgrade. The series ships deal full damage to all enemies within the explosion radius, as opposed to plus 20% of explosion range. Those are two very different things, to say the least. 72, 72. Do English just get cheaper demolition ships? When did English ever get cheaper demolition ships? I don't remember that. Has English always had cheaper demolition ships? Or cheaper ships in general? Have the English always had that? I don't remember that whatsoever. Guess that was one of the bonuses. I don't really know all the civilization's naval bonuses. Spearmen now engaging these various horsemen. Of course, the champion horsemen's here. The champion Radari should be... There's the Hippodrome Radari there. Provides increased damage from nearby champion. Nope. Increases the smooth speed of nearby infantry, making it better to support infantry pushes, which is very nice to have. And of course, looks like the stats are very similar to Elite Knight with 29 base damage. Triple champions there. I think he has gotten some horse armor, because I see +1 here and plus 14 health. There's just way too many armor upgrades. There needs to be 6 of these rather than just 4 of them. If they're ever going to change the UI up here from Macedonians, they really need to put all the armor upgrades on a second line. The silver could be perhaps pushed off the side a little bit more. Or maybe just move the silver up and then the line of extra upgrades down below. Because that's roughly a good spot for that. You could just, if you push the silver up there to this line here, that's 4 of them, then the 4 can be pushed down here and then have the other 2 there for 6. Textiles now being researched by the Macedonian. All the champions, of course, have been deployed on the field. Replacement ones are expensive, so it's a good idea not to lose them. But then again, that's the nature of all units. Here's players going for longbow and spearmen. So I haven't really gone for any gold base infrastructure. Going for some farms now. Very nice. Spearmen and longbone pushing the way forward. Up here, oh, there's a Droman. Let's see, it is classified as a spring gold ship. Just doesn't have spring golds. 7, it does do siege damage. So it does 7 plus 8 versus archer plus 3 versus incendiary. So it has some capability to fire against incendiary ships. Burst 6 short range. I have no idea how effective it is. I don't cast enough naval maps to naval games to give you any input. I think this is the first time I ever cast Macedonians on water either way. Macedonians on water, which is more common than seeing Macedonians on ice. All those cavalry units go down, just leaving the archers. But there are extra line upgrades. Reminds me of Mongol's original variation, where they had, of course, double blacksmith research, which is something similar. They also had the secondary resource, effectively the Mongol stone as well. Maybe I'll ever make a follow-up video about how I still think the Mongols need to be buffed and reworked entirely. The improved upgrade system just doesn't work. Either way, we got these forces moving around. Good number of champions, or all the champions there. Archers falling back. Longbowman firing away. I know it's actually been a while since last seen massed longbowman either way. +1 range damage for the Macedonians. Some of these villages are starting to get hit there. I'm curious how much the mines here. Not too much silver there generating per minute, but a decent amount still nonetheless. Got these forces moving around. Some of these villages are going down. Archers and horsemen engaging this gate here. English players getting relatively close, aging up. Could see both landmarks. King's Palace, of course, has a secondary town center. The White Tower, of course, this map, the White Tower right around here would be very nice as well. Both will be very useful, to say the least. Ships are just getting some free repairs from the dock here. Got a demolition ship, a fire ship. Got these forces moving around. We do have these guys a little bit idle as well. Town center, of course, building out some more villagers. A town center can get silver processing? I did not realize town center can also get silver processing, but I see nothing being processed. And again, there's not any gold or stone being dropped off at it, so. As well as secondary town centers. Secondary town centers, if that also gets silver processing, could be very nice. After all, plopping a secondary town center, say, next to 2 gold deposits like that would be very nice. Drawman, we've got now the fire ship pursuing. Fire ship there does go down. Does take out the arrow ship as well. Connects and knocks out the Droman. Villagers do get hit quite a bit. Right now the villager count is 52 versus 49. We do have the White Tower being established over here. Possible moving closer to gold deposits would be better. Green has a higher destroyed value. I wonder if there's some canceling that happened there, or maybe he just outright did quite well. Golden Horn Tower now being put on the field, which is a defensive building. Defensive building equipped with crossbow emplacements and a large line of sight generates batches of crossbow for free over time. So it's effectively a powerful watchtower. It's even a tower. White Tower has now been established. I wonder if the crossbow, I wonder how effective it is. It says crossbow replacement. Does it mean it gets bonus damage for heavy? Does it have higher base damage? Is like Arbalists from the Red Palace? Because I usually think I see the other landmark, whatever one that was. Don't think it was System First, so I think it had a different one, don't they? Can't remember off the top of my head. Nope, it was. It usually is this one, yeah. Let's see. 31 damage, 8 tower range. So not bonus versus heavy, just high base damage. So it's more close to Arbalist, but just a bit weaker, which is perfectly fine because it's H3 versus H4. This is 10 garrison spots. I wonder if I can be garrison and get more crossbows, like the Red Palace. Sometimes it sort of screams to me, yes, but I'm not sure. Veteran archer, veteran horsemans. Marines falling on back, got of course a outpost certified network of castles. Network of citadels have not been researched. So no Commander Shepherd. Longbow there, veteran hardened spearman. We now have veteran horsemen. We got the level 2 armor being researched. Scaled barding. I got some delicious berries. Prickly pear. Oh, what? I don't think prickly pears. Don't they actually? Do they actually bear fruit? Because all I know, that cactus doesn't really bear fruit. Maybe they do bloom with fruit. I just know the large, I guess, ears of them. But I don't know what it's called on those cactuses. They're not necessarily edible. But maybe the fruit on top is edible. Never had it though. And if you've ever seen them blossom, then again, that may be pretty rare. I know if RimWorld, if you ever look up agave fruit, it's something that doesn't blossom very often. It's not exactly a reliable, sustainable resource to harvest. But people, I think, can distill sugar as well as alcohol from it. People distill alcohol out of everything. After all, alcohol is the reason why humanity settled down. It wasn't for farming, because farming food, remember, the food needed time to like be cultivated. It was much smaller, the stocks, they wasn't as great. It was a big gamble to settle down and grow your own food as opposed to being nomadic hunters. They settled down to grow, to brew alcohol, because that's something they can't really do while traveling either. And then also relied on a lot of hunting. Oh, relic has been picked up by both players. Green has already obtained one. Got another drawman and a galley here. Archer ship, spring gold ship, fire ship here. That bonus damage for fire ships is more of a nice little aspect. After all, it's much shorter range than those spring gold ships. I do need to take a look at the drawman upgrade. The blue's need for sea control is not as important since he can't reach out as far with his drawman. Though it would be very good. Let's look at those ships there. Let's see, what's the drawman upgrades? Upgrade drawman to leave Greek fire on the surface or ground when they attack. Mana sales also reduced. So, I guess a similar aspect to the Creo Siphon. But overall, blue doesn't really need to be offensive with naval ships, just need to make sure he's defensive with it. He's a snipe, slicing apart some villagers. Horseman surrounding the knight. And thanks to the champion's +2 damage, able to really punch through the armor of the knight. Does pick off a villager there. Both players have picked off 8 villagers now. Repairing up the golden tower. Gain trebuchet. Bit of damage on those crossbowmen up north. We do have bit of damage there onto those villagers. Also gate on fire. Try and build some more walls here. Not fully walled off, but is provide enough of a choke point. One village does get stoned to death. Maginot will be very good. Does receive direct hit there from the trebuchet. I wonder if the blast shots, shrapnel shells, whatever it's called, the splash damage for the trebuchets. Siege down the tower. And those Maganots got a number of trebuchets here. They're all being built from the White Tower, I believe. I don't think there's a siege workshop in the field. Plus, I think that upgrade is actually age 4 now, thinking about it, isn't it? All the siege weapons upgrades are age 4, aren't they? Bar and greased axles. Villagers are trying to repair up that. I actually don't know where those villagers are going. They went through the gate that was on fire. Usually, if the gate's on fire, it means you don't want to advance. Some of those crossbowmen went down there, a good number of them. Not too many heavies are here at the moment. Just the Champion Dari and Aerodari. But not too many, very little heavies. So, crossbowmen not super neat at the moment. Longbow would still be a generally good idea. This map is very choke pointy, so great for Maganots. Trebuchets get hit, barraged by the Maganots, knocking out 2 of them. Do have some man-at-arms being pulled up with English player. Has gone for armor clad just yet. Yep, yeah, has gone for armor clad. Right now they have 7, 8 armor. Fortified outpost here, which is providing the network of citadels at the moment, plus 30% attack speed. Very handy indeed. Rolls a miss there. Bit of damage there. One Maginot does go down. The range force is starting to go down as well. No piercing damage. He does have some rune stones available. Radari coming for a bit of a flank. They're quite damaged at the moment. Spearmen and man-at-arms are breaking on through though. The archers right now have 8 damage, so against the man-at-arms who has 8 armor, they only do 1 damage apiece, but plus 2 piercing armor, pierce damage. Means they still do 1 damage. That'd be 6 effective armor, but right now they have probably do 2 damage. The tower has gone down. Large number of farms being established by blue. Right now he has maintained decent amount of silver income. Fireship connects. Green has no nave at the moment. Going for a spring gold ship. No naval upgrades for either side, which makes sense. And not really a naval gain. Not really worth it. Probably better go for a second ship than go for the naval upgrade. Right now, both players have 2 relics. Should leave 1 last relic on the map. Though I don't see on the mini-map where that relic would be at. Maybe this map only had 4 relics? Not sure. Wasn't paying close enough attention to that. Yeah, I do not see another relic on the map, unless a monk picked it up and it doesn't show the +1. But then again, we saw the +1s earlier, so both sides monks are showing this. This map may only had 4 relics. Can't say that's a good or bad thing, but at least it's balanced in this situation. Can't say who would be screwed out of it more since both players have 2 relics. Macedonia, it's actually pretty low in food at the moment. English player's small reserve of resources, has almost enough gold to age up, just needs a lot more food. And Macedonian has almost enough gold to age up, just need a lot more food. Maybe the naval slit arrow would be very nice to help just protect from these raids. Looks like green is going for another keep here. And this will be on his opponent's side of the map, if you assume this is halfway point. Level 3 cavalry armor now being researched. Outpost does go down. Oh, the Mangonels are they? Is he using the Force Fire Ground Command? He's actually using the Force Fire Ground Command. That's not Age of Empire 2, buddy. But that is a possible spot where villagers could be collecting wood, but that's simply not the case. Mangonels roll some misses there. Mangonels get some hits there on the green. Keep being established here. Those are on the wrong side. Good number of units getting hit. Most of those are range units got stoned. Ooh, he may have the blast projectiles. I don't see a siege workshop though. Maybe that's just Mangonels I'm getting confused with. Does manage to siege down one of the Mangonels there. Keep has been pulled in field, of course, provide network of citadels, so we also got network citadels from this outpost. Both sides are sending their units to a slaughter. It's just a meat grind here for both sides. Both sides have very similar destroyed value. The greens are pulled out a little ahead there. Both players have similar villager count. It's hard to say how this game will go. Berkshire Palace now being established. And with how choke pointy this map is, that's probably going to be very nice. Green has access to both these small gold deposits, while blue has access to these 2 small gold. While I'm more a fan of the Warrenguard Palace, Berkshire Palace in this situation on this choke point map should be very nice to have. I like the Warrenguard Palace just because it offers a lot of unique assets. Berkshire Palace is boring, it just shoots far. In this case, against those Mangonels, that is actually important. So, do we see any siege workshop there for any siege upgrades? The Mangonel upgrades should be particularly effective. Enclosures for the English player, that makes sense. Green's also low on wood. Would've, could've, should've. Macedonian player nowhere near enough resources to age up. Though since he doesn't have access to Black's university technologies, it all comes down to silver-based upgrades. In which in this age he's maxed out at 4, which he's not needed too close. So the only thing that aging up will allow him to get access to is champion upgrades right now. Or the elite upgrades, I should say. Which is nice, don't get me wrong, but not critical at this moment. we do have the white tower back here. No spring guard replacement. Some of these farms are being torched on down. Trebuchet is engaged in the regular keep here, which will take stone for repairs. Both players have one sacred site. This one is being decaptured. And has been decaptured. Berkshire Palace slowly picking apart that outpost. Firing away. He can get some guys inside just to get extra arrows going, get some bit more damage going. We got the camp of lumbers there. Village looks like went down. Looks like it was trying to repair up that outpost. Partially did. +3. Is that damage or cavalry armor? Cavalry armor. Range, melee, then we got the damage, which is the damage. Shield means armor. My mind's melted at the moment. Rodari takes some damage there. Crossbow would be very nice against them. Taking a bit of damage there on these ranged forces. Man-arms here, elite man-arms are up to 9-10 armor. They, of course, can still get more armor this age, which should be very important for the high attack speed units. Rodari just have high base damage with no charged attack. White tower, of course, in range. Going for spring gold replacement now. No cannon, no boiling oil. Berkshire Palace focus down the mangonels. Crossbowmen's now engaging. Maybe want to focus on the other mangonel. If he needs to, you can always get inside the Berkshire Palace to get some extra arrows going if he thinks the units nearby are just going to die. Rodari push away forward, being sent to the slaughter. Rodari managed to break on through. Crossbow firing away. Berkshire Palace taking massive damage, receiving a lot of repairs. Rodari slowly being picked apart. Green started to stabilize. Green has gotten more kills than blue. More Rodari in the build queue. Berkshire Palace is still alive. 17 units on the inside, so there's a lot of arrows going. Yeah, we hit some of those villagers. Or looks like another villager there. Cannon also firing away. Mass repairs there. Green's going to be running out of wood for the keep relatively soon, the Berkshire Palace. Berkshire Palace is already going down, but still firing away until it needs to hit 0 health and it will stop firing. The Berkshire Palace is down, so no longer defensive placement. The villagers probably just back on off. Not enough wood to get it repaired on up. And too many hostile units nearby. Though it looks like there are more and more woods coming on in faster than he is consuming. More crossing on the build queue. Rodari is being slowly picked apart. 89 versus 82 villagers. Champion units on the field. Another champion scout on the build queue at least. We're still got the white tower here. Its spring gold placement still firing away. Villagers backing on off. Also be here, going for outposts just to disrupt the region. Trio Siphon now advancing. White tower will be garrisoned. More of these villagers may be going down. Level 4 horse armor being researched. Todd Howard would be proud of him. Too bad Bethesda games have not been good in a long time. Crossbow and push way forward. capital now garrison. Green slowly being pushed on back. More than half the villagers are idle. That is critical. And the longer this goes up, Green will be running out of all resources. Green's already basically out of each resource. Blue's pretty low on each resource. Has some gold to work with, but food and wood not exactly in high supply either. And Green does back the game now. This ain't great saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Before I get started next replay, I do need the restroom. Please give me a moment. My apologies, I'm back. Let's find another good game. Voice it's already starting to go out, which is not good. Let's see, that one's done. Another one from that player. Don't know if that map downloaded though. Let's do this one here. EGC-Holy Island. Excuse me, 214. A couple of those. Here we go. Oh, another Macedonian. Oh well. My apologies if you heard that. And let's go ahead and get started. Greetings everyone, and great here of another Age of Empires 4 replay. Small on the south side as the yellow French, we got VES Myriad. On the north side as the red Macedonians, we got Dimmu. This map is a hybrid map. Do have trading posts here in the corner. So likely we'll probably see School of Cavalry, not the what's the name of the other trade one called again? Chamber of Commerce. I forgot what the name is because it's a rare thing. It's like once a year thing I see that deployed in the field. At least in replays. And of course with this hybrid map, because the Imperial Hippodrome, which is nice for some good small elite cavalry units with some aura effects, or the Grand Winery. I'm more biased towards economic effects, but both could be very nice right now. Decent amount of fishies here. Yellow is eyeing some fishing boats. So is red. Of course, the Macedonians have access to Droman, which is a flamethrower ship. A good frontline ship. Yellow, of course, has access to Age 4, increase the damage from naval cannons by 50%. I wonder if that does work with the swivel cannon. Plus, the French also have access to the Gallus, which is another naval ship, if I remember correctly, or a gunpowder ship. Huh. Seems like Red's gold deposits spawn a bit farther away than his opponents. That seems a little bit farther than this one. It's not the same. The secondary one's definitely much closer. These two gold deposits are pretty close by each other, so maybe a secondary town center there to get double silver would be very nice. Good hard point for that. In addition, there's also gold deposits up here. So whoever claims to sea can claim the gold. There's also some gold down here for whoever loses at sea. Macedonian player needs a bit more gold. French player has gone for early wheelbarrows, so the Macedonian player will be aging up quicker. In naval maps, it's better to be age up much quicker and be a bit more aggressive, get the airoships going. Both players have double docks now. School of Cavalry now being established now. School of Cavalry is not going on up. Imperial Hippodrome will be deployed on the field first. First one will be a Champion Scout, which is nice. It does provide increased torch damage, which could be very important to involve these docks. Going to slow down since we have stuff being deployed in the field. We do have a galley deployed in the field. Red has established a horseman as well. Archer ship deployed in the field. We've got a Hippodrome Scout, of course, deployed on the field now, which of course provides an AoE torch, increased torch damage aura. Aeroship engaging the fishing boats. Aeroship here will get a lot of free damage going. Get some hits there. Needs a garrison inside the dock. Does. Red ship needs to fall back to his own dock, get some health regen going, but got the Spring Gold ship here and does go down. I think as well, Macedonians. Wait a second. All arrows and bolts, so it doesn't say like melee infantry. It should affect naval ships, so Macedonian arrow ships should be pretty good if going by a +1 damage. Believe it or not, in Age 2, arrow ships are the most cost efficient ship in the game, and at least in Age 2. And since he can also get +2 damage this age, his arrow ships can be incredibly potent this age. And upgrades all Varangian strongholds to something. We got a naval arrow slit there. We have some basic spearmen, the whatever that is. Fire ship will explode on the fishing boats and gets the dock a little bit as well. Red was not playing the naval game all too well. The Macedonians more likely to win out the naval game, in my opinion, with the additional range damage they can get. Got the Hardened Spearmen upgrade. Going +1 melee armor as well. We do now have a Varangian arsenal being deployed in the field, which of course will provide the silver generation. I wonder. View next player. I don't see the aura effect. I wonder if it's an adjacent effect. If it's an AoE effect, could potentially reach both the mining camp over here. No, actually, it looks like it does. Varangian stronghold. Let's see here. Fires arrows on land or naval units, so it just gets an arrow slit upgrade. Got it. Yeah, let's click up all the fishies there. I was trying to be a bit more aggressive. Could have had a better naval game, but they decided not to go for that path. Both players are about equally far away from aging up. Multiple champions on the field. When will the champion Rodari come on the field? Another 100 seconds. We got now +2 melee armor for Red as well. He does have access to early Varangian Guard, so that may be very nice for him. Another fire ship deployed in the field. +1 range damage now being researched by the French. Boomba here could be, his Akuma Matata could be disturbed. Does this, the Hippodrome Scout have to the range? Yep, so has a bow attack. Has always been 2.88? I don't know why, that just seems a little bit short. Spearman did not get a spear brace there. Can the Hippodrome Scout also get affected by professional scouts for picking up carcasses? I just don't know. We do now the guild hall being established by the French player now. Trying to age up, which would make his spring golds far more effective. Not to mention the +1 range armor would really help out. And plus, Yellow does have a sizable fleet right now. Yellow has 3 spring gold ships, 2 arrow ships, versus 1 arrow ship with 1 more in the way of 1 Drummond. So Yellow does have naval advantage. Those, of course, a good number of arrow slits here. 11 range, so cannot necessarily be outranged by anything at the moment. But can always send some battering rams along the shoreline. Drummond gains some damage there. I wonder if it has any splash damage. Never really paid attention to it. Does take the Drummond there with a fire ship. Very nice. These ships have taken a bit of damage though. Guys, now pushing forward over here. Maybe trying to clear out some of these docks. Has a good number of spearmans. Airship can fall back and provide some good shore bombardment. We do have a airship here, or another spring gold ship. Warcog. I thought it was called a Hulk. It's crazy. I could have sworn it was called a Hulk. But we know that's a unique French variant, Warcog. What's unique about it? Didn't realize the French had a unique variant. It looks like the same as a Hulk. It appears to be the same as a Hulk. What's different about it? I didn't realize the French had a unique version of the spring gold ship. Archer's now firing away. Okay, it looks like exactly identical to other naval ships, other spring gold ships. Knights rotating around, gets good, nice spear impalement there. All of those champions have gone down. Golden Horn Tower now being established. Looks like it's not being established next to the shore for defense. Up here, do you have another Drummond being pursued by all of these ships? Got the spearmen right here. Royal Knights needs Chivalry or fall back to Monkey. He is age 3. He's going for Chivalry now. Drummond will be picked on off. Golden Horn Tower will of course provide 3 crossbowmen, which would be pretty useful against the French, who tend to rely heavily on Royal Knights. Hippodrome Scout maybe going down. Hippodrome Scouts are a little bit more expensive than regular Scouts, costing what, 120 as opposed to just 65. So quite a bit more expensive, so you don't really want to throw them away. Yeah, on the surface that looks like the same as any other ship. I have no idea what's unique about it. Yeah, I'm just going crazy. Is it? Do they just call it unique and then like realize, oh, we did nothing for it? I just can't figure out what's special about it. Its cost, it seems maybe a little bit more expensive. Oh, that still seems the same to me. Wait, is that different than what is right there? No? At this point in time, mine just probably is just scratching my head. I just can't figure out what's different about it. We do have a Varangian Stronghold here. It does have an arrow slip, which does have +8 versus ships. Or 8 range, or 6 range is not great when trying to deal with ships. These war cogs have 7 range, for example. Hippodrome Horseman took quite a bit of damage there. Taking a couple more arrows as well. Will go down. The other 2 champions are falling back now. Do now have the extra hammocks there. Increase the number of arrows by archer ships by 1. And they can get up to up to 4 range damage on his arrow ships, which is quite significant. Able to overcome the plus armor from the hulls quite a bit. Because right now 8 plus 6, that's quite a bit. Also got more melee armor again. Monk could be going down. What if the Hippodrome units can get converted? Monk going on down. We've got the circle dance to summon the battering rams. We also got a hardened spear, a couple hardened spear mixed on in. Right now, the Macedonian player is going for a mix of everything, most just spearmen though. So archers will be a good call against them. These guys need to fall back towards the dock a little bit closer. No, they're in range. Doesn't see the health because I don't have that player selected. If I switch to this player now, we see the health. Oh, got the improved chemistry there. This unique upgrade for the Macedonians make it so that the explosion damage from the fire ships will do full damage for the entire radius, rather than have diminishing return aspect. The counterpart upgrade increased the radius, which probably may be a little bit better. I actually don't know side by side. Radius sounds better in general, since you try to use that as to explode multiple ships. +2 range damage not being researched by the French player. We got +3 range damage for the Macedonians, greatly improving his archer ships by another point of damage. Also very nice for his Maganellan placements. Macedonians is like the Chinese, high large volume of fire range units. There's a Gallus there, an early gunpowder unit available to the French. Offers 130 damage, 8 tower range. It moves slowly, that's the big thing. It has galleys, so it's a little bit slow. It does provide pretty good single target damage. Right now, he's, of course, cannot necessarily run away. It says gunpowder ship, but also suggests it's not broadside. So the fire ship shouldn't do any bonus damage to it. It says, no, it says massive. Forgot, they changed it from broadside to massive. And that should be classified as massive, though I really think they wish to put better tags in naval ships. Airships are getting some good damage here, with right now 9 times 6, minus 5 armor each shot. So do a good amount of damage, plus able to intercept these fire ships no problem. Oh, I have not been paying attention over here, so even destroy the keep here. Crossbowmen are engaging, of course large numbers of crossbowmen are free. The French player has a good number of archers here. And it has some arbaletiers as well. No gambesons just yet. Could have pulled some passes there, but red does clean up that formation, though did take out one of yellow's keeps. Yellow's held the water line for now. Some of these fire ships or fishing ships took some damage there. Our ships trying to pursue the archer ship. Fire ship gets destroyed. Red palace now being satisfied by the French player in the middle of the map. That's not a bad spot. Critical next to a sacred site, so if yellow is able to secure the northern sacred site, he can start trying to win the game. Crossbow engaging those villagers. Still a healthy number of spearmen, so archers would be a good idea. Springalds could be a good possibility as well. There's a runestone mix deployed in the field. Of course, the runestone's not targetable, but it does provide a pretty nice benefit right now of weapon and move speed. Right now, these spearmen, while in charging or in not charging at 1.58, so very good, able to engage quite easily. No problem trying to run down enemies. Gambesons, however, would have been very good now. A lot of Arbaletiers be a good tank for the various spearmen. Since his opponent's going for a large number of spearmen, he should really get Gambesons on those Arbaletiers. Give them, what, +5 armor? Making them like 8 armor, which these guys are now doing 11 damage. 3 damage per attack from spearmen means very, very little. Effectively allow Arbaletiers to face tank it, and the archers in the back line can simply be used to micro around. Passives would also help out to prevent other source of damage such as range. It looks like red will claim the sea. Aim for +2 melee damage now. Yellow is advancing way forward. He's trying to fall back. The battering down that wall, a high priority target. That wall stretches out for a very large distance. Best battering ever. Destroyed the entire wall segment. So no longer that wall will be impediment. And that entire flank. Got quite a bit of silver sword on up. How much are the connects around the upgrades? I do not know the silver costs for all the upgrades. I just know that it gets real expensive real quick. 2,000 olive oil? View next player. It says olive oil. Wait, is that bugged? No, he queued it up. I think the icons are just a little bit bugged out. Let me just click off and back on again. There we go. Because it's the placeholder, the not tertiary, not quaternary, the quintessary resource. So then how population is already that. The hex I give up. Red has claimed the sea. He can also go for trading ships. It would be a very good trade route. I don't... Probably would have generated from free silver. After all, the Macedonian, the Byzantine one is olive oil for traders as an extra bonus. I'm assuming Macedonian has free silver for trading, so it's probably a good idea to go for some traders. We'll provide them a good amount of gold and some extra silver to work with. You can just go for a handful of them would be very nice. At that distance, the trade route, I think every single trader will provide more gold income than a gold miner. So I think there's very little reasons not to go for it. Right now, the Macedonian players will also about to age on up with a foreign engineering company, which will, I think, allow them to build units for some silver. Allows production of Nesabes, Hui Pals, and Royal Kins for silver. I wonder if it comes at discounted rate, because overall that doesn't seem great to me. Then again, I think both the final Macedonian ones are not great. Unique cataphracts can be rapidly produced in batches at this landmarks preserve. I think the Palatine School better since... Yeah... There's a lot of things you want to spend in silver, and going for those units is a little bit more situational, not necessarily great. So both those landmarks, in my opinion, are quite weak since you still need to have other uses for said resource. Cannons gauging the Golden Horn Tower. Elite Spearman upgrade. There's some trade cogs. Oh, finding gold and wood. That's interesting. Why is it providing wood? Let's take a look when it drops off. See if it pops up a silver pop-up. Wood just seems weird to me at the moment. I do have red selected, so this should be accurate. Yeah, I guess it gets a mix of gold and wood. That's interesting. Not silver. Cannoneers firing away. Villagers get hit pretty hard there. These guys gonna fall back now. Another Varanian arsenal now being established there to help improve the silver income. Right now he has a 400. Yellow's amassing some forces here, including a pair of cannon. Keep now going on up. Cannons hit the keep a couple times. They do not have the artillery shot ability since they're not royal cannons. Red Palace taking some hits there from... I don't know. Oh, there's... Ooh, we got a Hui Pal. Most players go for the royal cannons, but Hui Pal just offers immense range. A much safer option against the Red Palace. I do agree with that. Royal Knights push way forward. No royal bloodlines just yet. Got a still great number of spearmans. Of course, no university tech, so no elite armor tactics. Another Hui power. Maybe that's the same one. Got 2,000 silver there. Foreign engineering company. Where are you again? There you are. Hui powers do cost 1,000. 600 and 900. Against all the archers, Nesabes wouldn't be half bad. Though Mangonels can also be used for that. Yellow's actually at or not maximum population. Red's over capped, not enough housing. He's not enough supply. He should build additional pylons. Big round of docks here. Paul just trying to keep the area monitored. Cannons now engaged in the capital. Hui Pow got a direct hit there on the cannon. Does the Hui Pow actually have a greater accuracy? I never tried using the Hui Pow to take on cannons. Because I just tried to use Hui Pows to take on buildings. Or that's his primary job. We have now incendiary arrows being researched for the French player, as well as enlistment incentives. Something to notice as well, the red pal doesn't have the plus symbol here for its aura effect, but you can see the plus symbol or the effects around it. Got another keep here going on up. Though not in the same spot, so maybe we're pushed over here. We do have shipwrights being researched, really getting some healthy ships. You should have enough forces nearby to torch down the keep, particularly with the Hippodrome scouts nearby. Cannons engaging the Hui Pow. The Hui Pow does have a bit more health than normal cannons. Or bombards. Cannons have less than health than bombards, either way. Royal Knights charging way forward. There's a good number of spearmen to engage. Does get some spear braces, as well as some crossbow shots. No elite crossbows to be pulled out by the Macedonians, just getting free ones from the Golden Horn Tower. And looks like he's getting less of spent the rest of silver. Does a level 5 armor for the infantry units. Spearmen push way forward. He's got some of those Royal Knights. Red Palace now to fire while this conflict's happening. Red's forces looks like just going to get annihilated. He has a good number of counter archers. Hand cannons are always quite nice. And then Yellow took hardly any losses there. Cannons going overran. Red Palace still here. Maybe some of these units just get garrison inside to get some extra bolts going. Offer a lot more DPS and durability. Cannon does go down there. Red Palace will be going on down. Spearman's getting some good spear bursts there. Does take out a couple of Royal Knights. Red is still just relying on mass spearmen. He has a massive stockpile of wood and gold. I'm not sure what Red has in mind. Couple spearmen go on down there. Yell's advancing. Grace infrastructure starting to go on down now. Royal Knights receiving some health regen from Chivalry. Of course, if they start throwing torches, they will interrupt that. Spear braces there. More round of spearmen just charging way forward. It looks like there's quite a bit of trees there still causing mobility issues. That's not good for Red. Nice bit of spear braces there on those Royal Knights. So the Macedonian player, he's actually running low on food. He may need to get out some horsemen overall to help deal with all these archers. You can always go for a Dari as well. But right now, I'm not sure what Red's going to be eyeing. I think he just bought a whole lot of food there. Going for more spearmen still. He does have, of course, a large amount of melee damage for his infantry. Can't say about for any cavalry. Nothing for cavalry. Some of these villagers are going down for red. He has plenty of spare villagers. These royal knights will be going on down. Silk bowstrings now be researched by the French player. Red Palace not repaired up yet, far from it. And it's a high priority target, the mine itself, because that will give him a lot of silver, deny a lot of silver income. Destroying the arsenal will deny the silver income from here. It should no longer provide any sort of silver income. Force infrastructure starting to go on down. Do have a good number of archers on before the Macedonian players, still not utilizing the gold, and has over 10,000 wood stored on up as well, so I'm not sure what red is eyeing at the moment. Trying to go for more fishies. Yeah, I'm not sure. Red has half the army value, army value. Yellow's going for serpentine gunpowder now. I think a runestone just got deployed in the field. Royal Knights charging on in. Archers firing away. Will short work of the spearmen. Red's going for more archers and spearmen. Red has picked up a third relic, which probably was out on that right over here. Monster nearby. Red's also cleaned this gold over here. Does have arsenal to provide some silver income as well. Archers firing away. Taking out some hand cannoneers. Royal Knight shot before, getting some damage on these archers. He does up. It looks like he is activated the waving focus ability, which is nice and all, but he needs heavier units against all these Royal Knights. I think he's trying to play the gold game, but doesn't seem like it's going all too well for him. He's starting to do some infrastructure. He lost the capital. He's losing the Imperial Hippodrome. And then he'll be down 2 out of 4 landmarks, or actually soon to be 3 out of 4 landmarks, leaving just this one here and be a annihilation victory. He needs this Radari or Varangian Guard. Varangian Guard right now would be quite nice since he is fighting against a good number of archers. And they are, of course, heavy units. I don't even know if he has any regular Varangian Guard, let alone elite Varangian Guard researched. So I'm not sure what the Macedonian players go. He's just not spending his gold. Oh, he did spend his gold on something, but what? I'm not sure. I think he bought a lot of food with it, but I have no idea. He doesn't have a whole lot of units queued up for food either way. I mentioned he has a good number of these trade vessels here as well. Those trade vessels are providing wood and gold, which he doesn't need any more wood. All these villages on the trees may just want to just stop and start tasking farms. I have no idea what red is actually overall doing. This economic balance is just not good, to say the least. And the fishing boats do have diminishing returns. Lower some of these deep sea fish, I believe, are... Yeah, looks like they're all depleted. Which means he's not getting a good amount of food on some of these. He's overfished the waters. He has no farms. No farming... one farming upgrade. Spearman pushed way forward. Gains some damage on those Royal Knights. Does take out a French cannon there. He does have regular Varangian Guard, elite Varangian Guard now on the build queue. I am curious about the stats in the moment for the Varangian Guard. There's one. Of course, that's a Berserk ability. Right now they have 5, 9, or 10, 9 armor. Another Rootstone deployed in the field. Vanguard are being focused on one at a time. You can go for more melee armor onto them, or range, or just armor in general. Now as well, actually the Golden Horn Tower has been rebuilt and producing some crossbowmen. The French player still has some resources to work with. It also has 3 relics, 1 sacred site, so yellow has some gold to work with. Not to mention the amount of archers in the field, he can always just go for horsemen. And French horsemen is still pretty good. Imperial Hippodrome now being repaired. And the Macedonian army is not being remaxed out. He's going for the final level of melee armor, which I do agree with. Pure Hippodrome sort of going down. Keep starting to go, or not keep, Golden Horn Tower starting to go down as well. Boiling oil being researched by the French, as well as a cannon placement somewhere. +1 cavalry armor now being researched. One last landmark for annihilation victory. Yeah, I think Red needed more villagers on farms much sooner. In fact, I don't think he has any villagers on farms. He has plenty of gold and wood from the trade. He just needs Varangian Guard overall at this moment. And now he does have 16 in the field, 12 more in the build queue. Archers being a little bit stupid back here, dancing around. And Red does back the game now. This ain't great. So anything watching, and on to the next replay. As mentioned beforehand, my voice is starting to go out a little bit early today, so I'm going to call the stream early. This ain't great. So anything watching, have a good evening.